So we are here for the NCAA Women's College Basketball Scores for Sunday, January 18th, 2026. So we have some big games in the world of women's college basketball. Washington defeat Minnesota 67-54. Minnesota came out strong in the first quarter. Then we're down 3.5. Then in the third, just had a little bit of flat footing in the third. They ran out their energy steam, maybe from traveling so far on a plane from Minnesota to Seattle, Minneapolis area to Seattle. But either way, we don't know. But it was close, though. No, Minnesota win, but Minnesota lose, though. So it's number 2 South Carolina defeats Coppin State. Coppin State goes, we're at home. They did that because they wanted to play at Coppin State, and the reason for it was so that they wanted to support. It's done. See a script about that. You have like against like bringing in HBCU schools to South Carolina, like Gina, letting them play in front of a big house, or this year they wanted to play South Carolina, or they wanted to play Coppin State at HBCU in their own home, their own gym, and they wanted to do that so that they get their treatment at home, in front of a bunch of extra fans, the South Carolina fans. They want a bunch of them, to come into Coppin State University and support the Eagles in that game. They wanted that to happen, and that was awesome. And then number 3 State beats number 12 Maryland 97-60. Number 4 Texas blew out Texas A&M 80-35. In the first half, it was a 10-point lead at half. She wasn't much. She thought, okay, Texas A&M has a chance to come back, but no. Texas A&M has only played 14 games. They played only 9 non-conference games, which is pretty low. And they win. And Texas wins 80-35. Number 6 Oklahoma blows out, or kind of blows. Not super ton, but they did play tough with Oklahoma to win, 91-72. Then unranked Mississippi State defeated Kentucky 71-59. Number 9 in overtime. Survives 80 beat NC State. Number 11 Iowa survives against number 15 Michigan State 75-68. Georgia defeats dominates 1. For top starts to finish. Number 60 almost 82-59. And E6-58. And Oklahoma State dominate, especially the first start. The whole way through pretty much. Against number 18 Iowa State. Number 18 Iowa State has lost 5 games straight now. They were 14, they lost 5 straight now. Number 20 Tennessee. They defeated number 21 Alabama. Lost 2 straight. Well, 3-3. In SC played 70-59. Number 20 Tennessee beats number 21 Alabama. Number 25 Illinois serves against unranked Northwestern 74-7. Richmond blows out VCU 77-47. Dominate Mr. That first score, the big first score, 3-2-9. Steinberg 55-43 Tons. California beats West College 73-58. In overtime, Clemson defeats Wake Forest against Davidson defeats LaSalle 62-58. 66-82 Princeton. 66-2 Rutgers against Penn State. Charleston goes to 6 in Coastal Texas Association play with the 77, 64 over Yale. Drexel 76, 67 over Newton. SU 83, 77 over Pittsburgh. Oakland 87 over German State. Rhode Island defeats Duquesne 76, Rhode Island and 9 covers 92. Duquesne and 9 covers 7 and 4. But Duquesne lost 7 straight now on 10 play. Rhode Island's won 7 straight in 10 play. So both teams in 10 play had good 9 covers. Both teams had good 9 covers. Just they had the opposite. Rhode Island had a great 10 straight Seminole. The Duquesne had the opposite, but they won 7 in conference play. Drake 66-56 over Valparaiso. Valparaiso was still one this year. 0-19 and 0-8 in Missouri Valley Conference play. Drake is usually more competitive than that. Should either have a better overall record of 5-12. Like 7 games in the conference play. This year they're just not the same. Just not the same. And then Indiana State 77 over Evansville, 66-53. Fordham goes to 500 with their first win in the conference play. St. Joseph's falls to George Mason. There was a CBS Sports Center feature game. So was Duquesne Rhode Island. There was a USA Network feature game. And then some Seacoast of the association games. Those teams are these like 10 teams. They may have streaming on or they might be televised in like regional cable sports channels, but they're televised, but then they're still streaming on whatever channel, whatever streaming service. Flow Sports for Coastal Association, EC Plus for the other, pretty much the other conferences that have streaming, the conference streaming rights. And then East Richmond CBS Sports Center feature game. And then we had Sir George Mason goes Sentinel. Sir George Mason and Rhode Island will play eventually soon. So that'll be a good solid game when they play. Western 81st 76ers Cincy. UCF 74-60 over Sakarma. Villanova 75-60, 73-60 over Butler. Villanova over Butler. Dominates Campbell 72-51. 70-57. North Carolina tier captain. Northeastern 62-6 roster. North Carolina 8-55 over Florida State. CW North String took over basically the game though. Maybe on EC or extra. But Fox Sports Junior Networks, and I went to CBS or went to CW Network because when Vanderbilt took over, they had it on there for a little bit. Then they needed to trim some stuff from their networks. And they didn't want to trim any of the. They didn't really want to trim any of the local sports like NBA, NHL, MLB teams they have, and as well as they have their all the non-national games, all the regular season games from those teams, and then they wanted to air, and then they had MLS teams, MLB, and WNBA teams. Now they have PWHL teams on there, but they wanted to air that. They have a national contract with the PWHL, their national games on all the regional networks. Basically on all the regional sports networks. They're FanDuel. They're not Spectrum Sports, which is FanDuel Sports Network, but so they wanted to trim a bunch of that, trim the C package when they could. They trimmed the C, and then they trimmed Swallow C and someone else. They had they wanted to trim out from Stadium, trimmed off C to cover USA games for Stadium, So they trimmed up a bunch of sports properties, but a bunch of sports properties from their regional networks. And then MLB, NHL, and trimmed up TV budgets to that package. So So yeah, I don't know. That loss besides whatever. Basically, let me tell us that in the US circuit, you know what I mean? To West, you know, yeah, sure, you know, yeah, sure. But yeah, Fox Sports won, you know, because they dropped ESPN, they dropped their contract with ESPN. So, yeah, they have all that on there too. And then Syracuse defeats Stanford 6, so they dropped a bunch of stuff, so it's getting true a bunch. Syracuse defeats Stanford 60 and 50, 68-61. Cleveland State bounced back pretty well after having a rough start to college play now. When I first started playing top teams, two top teams that win. A couple of upset losses to win 60-0 reverse. Florida gets their first conference win. They have a dominant first quarter 28, basically, let's say 88-0. Southern Iowa 63-50 over USC. Northern Iowa 73-70 over Bradley. USC dominated in the first quarter against 68-50. She was the Southern Reserve as well. Awesome. Teams won 60-58 in double overtime. Wisconsin survives against Oregon in the 84 and 82. Wisconsin maybe a non-pack team that beats them. Play close or something about pack teams, but 50-50 win them. Come and beat them on insurance. It's pretty good, you know. USC beats Purdue 83-57 and Duke 93-46. Well, against Georgia Tech.